Hello, loves. We are back, and we are back with a 2026 pick a card. 2026 right now, the day I'm filming this is January 16th, and we are still dealing with a lot of the energy from 2025, which was an introduction to the energy for the next few years, especially. There's so many things like Saturn and Neptune going into Aries, and then Uranus going to Gemini this year. 2025 gave us a glimpse of what that would feel like, but 2025 it was also a year that helped us kind of reconcile with the past 9 to 10 years of our lives, right? And so 2026 wants to bring in a new, it wants to bring in a new, if you want to bring something anew into your life, if you feel like that it's time for a true change and a pivot. It is a year of 10 or a year of 1. No, depends on how you look at the numerology, but it still says like, let's move forward with life and not dwell on the past. Let's accept the past so that we can move on to the future. So here I have, that's all I'm really going to say about 2026, because as the year progresses, we're going to continue to divine, and we're going to continue to see what the stars and the spirits and even ourselves have to say about this. So here I am with a pick a card. You have 5 pals to pick from. There may be more than one pal that resonates with you. There are 4 decks we're using. First is the Herb Crafters Tarot. We're using this lovely deck, well loved. And for certain ones, we're going to be reading from the guidebook, because this is also a deck that I continue to learn with, because it's just not the typical tarot. Then we have another tarot deck that I love is and a vintage deck. You can say it came out, according to the box, this came out in 1990, the Ibis Tarot. So I mean, this deck, you guys have seen it in some of the other pools for like the moons. This deck just goes more in depth and gives a different, more esoteric look at things. So I've been enjoying this deck since I got it at the end of last summer, I think. Another newer deck to my collection as well is this financial and career help deck. And I have been eyeing this for years, and this is the first edition of this. I got it off Etsy, so you can just search for that name, and I think the newer edition of it. And so this is also one of the decks that's part of this pick a card that I think is gonna do us some good. I have not seen any of the cards, you guys. I just shuffled and checked with Spirit and the pendulum to make sure those were for each pal. And then last but not least, it is a shadow deck, right? The Earth, Moon, and Shadow Oracle. And so that is also the last deck for each pal. Everyone has at least one card from each deck. I think when I was shuffling this, to make the pals, I was like, oh, this is going to be a doozy. So bear with me. It is later in the afternoon, so the sun is trying to set. So hopefully we have enough sunlight. I have cut on a light. I'm in the sunroom. Hopefully it's enough as we continue, because once I start talking, what Spirit starts talking through me, we can keep yapping. So before we start, like I said, 5 pals. There may be more than one pal you may gravitate towards. Don't be afraid to go and pick multiple pals for you, because there may be multiple pals that talks about different parts of the year for you. Do it however you think was best for you. Go with your gut, go with your intuition. Okay. The first pal has this. Oh, is it going to focus? Maybe. This moss agate dice. I got from Astrolizzics. And then this second one is a black tourmaline I received as a gift. Someone wrapped this years ago. It's probably one of my first protective crystals that became like wearable that I had. So black tourmaline. Then this Moonstone, also one of my first wrapped crystals. It disappears when it wants to on me, so when it reappears, it means I need it. So this is pile 3, the Tourmaline was pile 2, the agate dice was pile 3, and pile 4 is this big one. This is a D12, not D12, D20 dice. It is Serpentine. Also got it from Astrolizzics. This is a weapon, to be honest. But this is pile 4. And then pile 5 is completely different. It is a pen, and it's a flower. It has crystals. Very unique. I don't know how I found it in my car, so it's probably used to be one of my sisters, but now it's mine. So take a deep breath. I don't know if you've already, while listening to me yap, have already decided which pal is yours. There will be timestamps in the description. This is Patreon only until it will be released to the public for free, probably in June and July. If you're not part of Patreon, hello, welcome. And you probably bought this off Patreon, or eventually watching it free down the line. So just let me know what resonates, and we're going to get started with pal 1, you guys. Okay, pal 1, you have the moss agate dice. I love this thing. It is actually part of one of my other divination tools. I just felt like it was perfect for pal 1. So pal 1, we have 2 herb crafters. Let's see. Let's do it like that, so you can see a little bit all your cards. So with 2 herb crafters, like I said, I did not look at the cards before. I shuffled them a specific way so I can't see them. So let's see what Spirit has for you, pal 1, for 2026. 2 of water, mallow. That's gorgeous. And then we have 2 of air. Oh, okay. Chicory. Okay, now I'm interested to see the rest of the cards, because at first I want to be like, oh, let's see I want to see the rest of the cards. Wolf moon, restoration, incubation, and growth. Okay, that really makes sense. Oh, unethical. We'll get into the oracle cards later. Gift. Oh, interesting. Master of Swords, which is King of Swords. The beaming light. Okay, let's put. Oh, wow. Pal 1. So interesting. Let's start with 2 of water, 2 of air automatically. Seems as though for 2026 pal 1, with the 2 of water, 2 of air, there is a lot of balancing happening. There's a lot of decision making happening in 2026, but it is not forceful, right? This decision making has to make sense, and it has to make you be balanced and not necessarily by force, like you having a headache about it. If the decision makes you anxious, it's not it for you. This 2 of air with chicory is so much more subtle. It's way more intuitive than anything. Let's see what the official guidebook has for 2 of water and 2 of air. My gosh, I love that. Okay, 2 of air, chicory, release long-held beliefs, be receptive to guidance, open to unlikely partnerships, Interesting. Chicory thrives in a meadow. Old ideas can be blinders to new wisdom. Make the decision, right? Let go of worn out thinking to see a issue clearly. Chicory is often classified as a weed. It is, however, a beneficial medicinal plant that draws important insects to the garden. Be receptive to new guidance. Gather information before taking action. Then be still and look within. As the long chicory taproot brings nourishment to the surface, a deep dive will quiet self-doubt. What is really true? Acknowledge what you do not want to accept, then be willing to listen. When it is your turn to share, do not hide behind a closed, fearful heart. Open wide like the bold chicory flowers. Awesome. Okay. So Two of Air, which would have been Two of Swords in a traditional deck, it still talks about intuition, but also be receptive to the information. Two of Water, Mallow, right? Two of Water talks about balance, harmony. Also can talk about relationships. Two of Water can. Mallow says, let love in, soften dry and brittle wounds. Welcome genuine connection. Okay. What's coming up, Pal One? It seems as though you also, as you continue to grow and make decisions, this year, there is going to be relationship change. There is going to be some friendship, even familial. That's what's coming up. Familial relationship change as well. I think some people are not going to necessarily accept your growth. Mallow or marshmallow grows at the edge of a garden. Aphrodite reminds us that vulnerability and sovereignty create relationships that are self-renewing. So reciprocity, right? Allow yourself to be drawn in by what you love. Mallow attracts many pollinators, delightful hummingbirds among them. Lightness of being fosters an open heart. Growing tall in watery marshlands, Mallow shows that when we reach out with a gentle yet steadfast hand, harmonious union follows. Mallow root tea cools the pain of dry, brittle wounds. Take time to soften your sharp edges. Approach partnership with kindness and emotional stability, and you will experience mutuality. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. With the Two of Water and the Two of Air coming in, these two roots, chicory and mallow, may be two roots, two plants that you work with throughout the year, that you learn from them. We not only use them for tea and working roots, but we also should observe the plants because we too are a part of nature. And so with the mallow and chicory, it's really talking about like soothing old wounds from relationships that no longer serve you, and let love in, and so you can be able to receive anew. Reciprocity is really, really important for twos, especially in this deck. So there needs to be a continuous exchange of energy, of love, of empowerment, of intuitive decision making as well. Now we have, with this tarot, is the Master of Swords. Then we have the Beaming Light. King of Swords, Master of Swords, is a... Oh, what am I looking for? Oh, where did it go? Is a card that a lot of people, when we get it, we like, oh, big dog. Not necessarily. Master of Swords needs to also be a master of intuitiveness, of intelligence, and emotional stability in decision making. Master of Swords tells us if you do not master these things, you will become manipulative and you will really honestly fold unto yourself. For this year, it is saying, like, yes, move forward, be great, but be a master, like master these things, right? In the book, in the guidebook for the Master of Swords, it says a determined man who will prove himself in an inner and outer battle, right? A man displaying extraordinary strength and severity. I would say Master of Swords for you, Pal One, is to be brave, have the courage to do what you want, what you need, right? To restore yourself, to move forward, right? A man of action and power, an influential authority who is in command here. A man imposing strict rules or meeting or just a law-abiding man all at the same time. Now, for you all, based on this, it seems as though for you this year, Pal One, you must get into a routine for yourself, not for others, for you. You must get into a routine that's going to help and replenish you, especially in the thought process, right? He represents professional accomplishments, those who are advocates, right? Who are about justice as well. You see that? Hold on, let me boop this. These are very like old esoteric. Now, however, come on. King of Swords can be, or Master of Swords can be very judgmental, but I want us to watch ourselves with that. Need to watch ourselves as well. I just got a download, but it's gonna come all together. He's likely to have dangerous opponents or envious rivals. His strongest attributes are his self-possession, strength, vitality, superior knowledge, smartness, and intellectual prowess. When we get to unethical and gift, I'm going to talk about the download I just got for you all, Pal One, that I really need y'all to pay attention to. Now, the beaming lights is like the sun. It is basically the sun. If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure. Like I said, I have been working with these dead. Yes, the beaming light also represents Jupiter and Pisces. Master of Swords represented Aquarius. So I don't know if you have any Aquarius placements, Pal One, but the beaming light says it represents Jupiter and Pisces. Awesome. So it is the sun, the light union. The common name of the sun, a man and a woman take each other's hand to unite as a couple. A circle of lotus blossoms at the bottom. Oh, is it gonna? Yeah. Symbols of purity and eternity encompassing the union. The sun radiates the light of spiritual understanding. Within the sun, a male and female symbolizes unity, signifying universal creation. Now, typically in traditional tarot, the sun talks about blessings and the light after the dark, and this sun says also like unity in creation. Now, this don't mean go out and spread seeds. No. But this does mean, like, how are you creating anew in your life? I think this all goes back into the previous cards as well. A happy union is achieved. This may be any kind of union, as in love, marriage, friendship, or camaraderie. So there is something coming up regarding relationships for you all, Pal One, because of this Two of Water as well. This could be like creative relationships, or this could be romantic, especially if there's been a change in any type of relationships. More can come in, or if you have a new romantic relationship and maybe others don't like it. It's some more stuff going on here. To find a good friend, to open up towards others, to experience human warmth, happiness, and unity. The light of awareness is burning. Mental and physical health or vitality. Okay, this is going to be a great year for your physical health. I love that. Also indicated are artistic talent and material abundance in general, selflessness, melting, honesty, joy, lightheartedness, warmth, liberation, completion, blossoming, unfolding, growth. I absolutely love this. Why? Because the shadow card is the wolf moon, and it says restoration, incubation, and growth. And most definitely in this, for you all, there's an abundance amount of growth, especially professionally, in how you move in your relationships this year. Wolf moon, when it talks about restoration, incubation, also talks about knowing when to rest. I think this also goes back to the Master of Swords of like routines. What is your sleeping routine like? How do you nourish yourself? Do you need, for people who have a uterus and still have their menstrual cycles, are you deciding to go and feed your body based off your menstrual cycle, your lunar cycle? Like something has to, you have to put something in place in order to restore. Once you restore, you can grow and see the fruit of your labor over the past 3 or 4 years is what I'm hearing. Now this is where it gets interesting, Pad 1. Says unethical. Unethical behavior can lead to some serious consequences. So if you go too heavy into the King of Swords, someone is stealing or lying to you about money, don't sacrifice your morals for money. So I think don't sacrifice your morals for money goes back into like maybe you have a couple of job things, and does the job align with what you want to do, or your morals or your thought processes? So don't go sign up for no 3 letters agencies and they're doing things unethical. They can and does still impact you. Someone is stealing a lie about you. Something about this path when I was talking about earlier, when it like, be careful of people trying to sue you or you get into a lawsuit. Now if you get money from a lawsuit, fine, but something else about this year gives me hesitancy, Pal 1, about be careful of legal matters, right? That make sure you're not doing anything unethical that someone can be like, oh, you X, Y, and Z, I'm about to shoot you, right? The relationship change that has popped up right here, and like advice and everything may come from someone is stealing or lying to you about money. So be receptive, like, because the person who may be doing these things to you may be someone close to you, and I know that's hard to accept when someone close to us that we trust and may be stealing from us. Let's be very cognizant of that, Pal 1. Now this card says someone might give you a gift, lend you money, or help you in some way. See, that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, be receptive to when people are trying to give you advice this year. And if there is a lawsuit, like, I feel like you may win if you're in the right, but you will lose if you're in the wrong. You can get a cash bonus at work. So work keeps coming up about like, that cash bonus may be a new job with a bigger salary. Yeah, that's so interesting. And you have natural talents, gifts, and abilities just waiting to be discovered. Explore them. I think that also goes back into the 2 of water, that creativity. They can also go back to the 2 of water, 2 of air together, probably symbolizing like clear cognizance and tapping into your clairs a little bit more this year, Pal 1. So there seems to be a lot of energy around you, a lot of movement, a lot of possibility for you, Pal 1. And I'm very interested. I didn't say this before, but I'm going to put the for the crystals, their meanings and like where I get these from as well in the description. But Pal 1, like, keep me updated. Let me know what's happening. I think it's so interesting. Thank you, Pal 1. Let me know how this resonates. Off to Pal 2. All right, Pal 2, welcome. You guys got black tourmaline. And it's not really tumbled. It's just like a chip of it. in copper wire. Very protective stone. One of my favorite protective stones. Let's see what you got. As stated before, I have not looked at these cards at all. So let's see. Ooh. Marigold. Okay. See the other tarot? One of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. And then let's see. We also have... Okay, so pal 2, this feels work heavy, career, passion, yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay. Okay, pal 2, wow. Let's talk about this Death Marigold. Oh, this is so probably one of my favorite cards in the deck. So of course, this is regarding Dia de Muertos, Death Marigold. As we know, death, especially with this type of card layout, death is about rebirth and rebirth into something greater. You even see how this glows. This isn't a negative at all. It is most definitely a positive. And I mean, coupled with that One of Pentacles, this is just like really good, but also kind of screams of like getting deeper into your ancestral veneration. Let's read about Marigold. Honor that which is passing. Celebrate the beauty and fragility of life, and welcome endings. I think for 2026, pal 2, you are truly coming into, you may be personally coming into a year 1, or maybe even finally finishing off year 9. This sounds really, really great. So all things come to an end. Find closure so you may accept renewal. First, pay homage to what must die, right? If you have to do a ritual, a grief ritual, do that. It has given you life. The rich scent and vibrant color of marigold is said to lead the souls of the beloved dead home so we may celebrate them and the lives they lived. Honor your experiences as they pass, like the delicate paper flags. Life is fragile and fleeting. Delight in the beautiful moments. As the bright marigold flowers will eventually wither and fade, embrace the time of transition. A sacred contract is reaching completion. Let the petals fall. Absolutely. It seems as though one of the things that you need to do as we truly move into 2026, pal 2, is to make a list of wins. Make a list of things that happened in the past that you may want to burn, to let go of. You may want to do write a letter to your old self, thanking your old self for bringing you through, loving on yourself and your old self, because your old self did what it could with what it had, with what you had. Most definitely maybe do like a grief or death ritual for the past 19 years of your life. You have to accept the past. You do, in order to rebirth and renew, pal 2. Which makes sense why you got the One of Pentacles. The One of Pentacles not only talks about new physical life, it does. It talks about new resources, because Pentacles is also resources. And it can also talk about new money, right? Just a new whole being. Maybe you are finally able to get to the level of healthiness that you want to, which is also, and it needs to be in alignment with what's best for your body, not based on current societal standards, because we know those be wrong, child. One of Pentacles, Mars. Okay. The power to accomplish, the power to complete and perfect things. This goes back to Marigold, right? The ability and opportunity to realize one's highest goals, especially on the material plane. A high income, considerable financial gains, secured wealth and riches. This is the gold card in the sense of having a golden touch, as in able to generate, earn, and handle money successfully. If you let go of your old self, if you let go of your old self, But the golden touch applies also to manual and artistic skills and talents. Inner and outer wealth can be combined. Great productivity or many children. Ooh, if they represent happiness for the person concerned, but mainly the mental and spiritual children of the creative mind. So that's one thing I did actually notice when the cards start rolling out, is that the pile 2 is also for creatives who want to bet on themselves. Yes, you may have a side job for stability, but you are also betting on yourself in the art that you want to create, and that art can bring in stability for you, that art can bring in newness for you. So interesting, says reconsider a decision. Is the decision that you're about to make, is it based on your old self, or is it based on your new self? Betting on yourself. So if the decision is to get a job that's going to take more from you than you can put into your creative endeavors, then reconsider that decision. Reconsider siding with your old self, because clearly the universe is also ready for you to move forward. Then we have work smart. Are you making it harder than it has to be? Sometimes the solutions are that simple. Perhaps it's time to clean house personally and professionally, to start with a clean slate. Going back to that death card. Stick to basic needs when it comes to spending and put money aside. Because at this point, you are better with your finances, right? One of Pentacles. At this point, you're not, spending money. You're not spending money to cope, right? You're learning how to do different type of grief processes. Pal 2, make sure you go and listen to Astro in Black, Astro in Negro, the episode about grief through the moon signs. Because you may be Mars dominant, as in maybe your rising sign is Aries or Scorpio, or Mars is in the first house, maybe Mars is in the 8th house, or Mars in the 6th. Like, yeah, for sure. Like, make sure you work smart, not hard, because you've been overworking yourself and extinguishing your fire, quite literally. Now, for the shadow work card, we have summer fire, passion, creativity, desire. One of the things, this is why I say, like, this is most definitely like the creatives spread. Because how do you use your art, how do you use your creativity in order to rejuvenate? How do you take part in pleasure rituals and pleasure principles? Shout out to Jenna Jackson. How do you let yourself sit in pleasure in order to create? How do you allow yourself to sit in your emotions in order to create? What passions do you really have? You should really write that down. Pal 2, let me know how this year goes, because there seems to be a true battle of creativity versus traditional stability, when you could have both, but a need to work smarter to make space for the creativity. It seems like a year to really transform and do those rituals to say thank you to your past self, but I must continue on with our dreams. Let me know what happens, Pal 2. I'm very interested to see what happens. Bye. Okay, Pal 3, welcome to the sunset. Hopefully there's still enough light for you to see everything. You guys chose the Moonstone. Moonstone is very, really good for those with Cancer placements. So maybe you have a Cancer placement. I'll put more about Moonstone in the description for you guys. But you guys picked Moonstone. So let's see. Okay, we have Madre of Earth. Okay, the creosote bush. And then we have, Wheel of Fortune, the kitchen garden. You can see all the different types of plants in this. Beautiful, beautiful. Like I said, we're losing some light, but we're going to keep going. Okay, we also have the cubic stone. Ooh, it's some real... Ooh, and the veiled lamp. Oh, wow. Power 3, what's going on? Destiny. Wow. And awakening. Okay. Woo. Okay, there's a lot going on. A lot going on for you, Pal 3. So let's really jump into this. I mean, like, this is huge change in 2026. This is really, like, huge. Universe on your side. Spirits on your side. You gotta, like really tap into this, Pal 3. This is, like, very dope energy. Madre of Earth is basically the Queen of Pentacles, big dog. Okay, so let's read about this. Oh, wow. Okay. Creosote bush. Be a guardian of the wild places. Build circles of women. Share the medicine. This is most definitely a deck for a spiritualist. This is most definitely a deck for a person who is doing things with the land, who is maybe doing something with a coven or a spiritualist group. This is good. The Madre of Earth provides for herself and her community. So this, Pal 3, you're also a person who may be eventually or may slowly but surely step into a matriarch role as well. A mentor of some type. Like the creosote bush, she creates many remedies. So root worker, right? She honors the land as she gathers medicine. She is in good health and inspires others to the same with her grounded daily rituals, right? Daily rituals. She knows the bush thrives in depleted soil while other plants cannot. She too is considered a survivor because of her ability to grow strong. A true guardian of the place, she learns from the bush, the mother of all plants, how to enhance the lives of generations beyond her lifetime. Hello, somebody. She steadily supports her people as well as the animals and plants of the region. Embrace your quiet nature. It is the foundation of grace. Oh, this is such a good card. It most definitely rings out. You need to be outside in nature. You need to be honing in your practice this year. You need to be touching soil. You need to be making something from nothing. You need to essentially be in your bag. And now we have the Wheel of Fortune, the kitchen garden. Like, such a good card. I don't think I've gotten that card in this deck, and it just kind of expands the thought process of the Queen of Pentacles, of this community provider and who finds their balance in Earth. Kitchen garden. Put faith in the turning of the wheel, right? Put faith in your spirits. Put faith in your gifts. Stay centered in the midst of change. Find the medicine unique to every season. Find the medicine unique to every season. Do not push certain things into a season and it's not time yet, right? We may be anxious and excited about what's to come, but it's a reason for each season. The promise of the garden is change. Events may unfold that redirect your path. Some things may feel beyond your control, and just because you can do the woo-woo does not mean you should do the woo-woo. Maybe you should just allow the universe to unfold the plans. Find the larger pattern in chaos. The holy days mark the revolving cycles of nature. They may bring disruption, but they are always reliably in forward motion. When your soul compass spins, find stillness and experiences that easily allow you to be yourself. Trust life to come into being as the planets always do. There is transformation in each turn of the wheel. What emerges from this development will point to your true north. I wonder, this is Pal 3. I wonder if you also have a personal year 3 or 1 or 7 or 8. That's what I'm wondering. These are 2 major arcanas as well. This is the cubic stone and this is the veil lover. So the cubic stone, let's see. If I'm not mistaken, this is similar to the Empress, but let's read about this. Let's read it. Let's see what the guidance in the book says. Jupiter. Maybe you're ruled by Jupiter, so a Sag rising or Pisces rising. Maybe Jupiter is playing a big role in your life. So Jupiter is in Cancer, will be in Leo starting in June. Let us know. Oh, so this is the Emperor, actually. Okay. He symbolizes the complete authority of spirits over matter. Like I said, this is a true spiritualist, right? This is somebody who is doing the work. A domination also confirmed by his scepter, crowned by the circle. His body forms the astrological sign of Jupiter. Oh, okay. So, okay, cute. Father, rule of the gods. Positive male attributes, a man with willpower. You know, this is kind of, I'm going to say a person, right? A person of willpower, capable of achieving their goals. Someone actively taking control when you need to, but mostly follow spirit, okay? He radiates the natural dignity and authority of leader, which is why they could be in a position of power already. A fair and loyal friend or protector. A born leader. The embodiment of worldly and political power, but first and foremost, power over their own self, their mind, and their emotions in general. Reasonable, intelligent, honorable, self-controlling, inner conviction, virtue, sense of duty. The ruling of the kingdom. So think about being the ruler of your own spiritual court, being the ruler of your own practice, being the ruler of your own life, being active, being an active participant of your own life. Then we have the veiled lamp. I haven't gotten this one yet, so I'm really excited to see what this is about. It looks like Leo, Jupiter. Is this Jupiter and Leo? Because this is Jupiter right here. And this is Leo. I was just talking about Jupiter and Leo. Wow. I'm sorry. I get excited when what I'm saying past comes up. That means I'm flowing. Okay. Jupiter and Leo. Wow, we love this. The Hermit. This common name is the Hermit. Wow. The old man with the veiled lamp is a candidate for initiation into mysteries and therefore sworn into silence. Did I not say in the beginning that this, mind you, I want us to remember, I did not look at any of these cards. I'm discovering these cards with you. So you clearly, Pal, you're going into a big initiation phase in your life. That Spirit, it says, step into your emperorhood. Step into who you're supposed to be on the spiritual side of things. And Jupiter and Leo is going to most definitely bring that forth, that expansion forward. And when a person goes to hermit mode, that means like be in your bag. A mature person on the path to greater wisdom, the inner strength gained by withdrawing from the desires of the lower self, enables them to go beyond worldly pursuits. Someone who is unselfish, capable of keeping a secret, calm and detached. A meditative Spartan lifestyle, inward and outward withdrawal from common mass consciousness. Invisible inner values, insights of knowledge are protected and upheld. Perceptiveness, wakefulness, meditation, aloneness, silence, patience, prudence, economy in all things, the discipleship. I mean, yeah, this makes sense. The authority of your own life, because you will be going into another initiation this year, a huge one it seems, especially with the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Pentacles, big dogs. And then the Oracle says destiny. You cannot outrun this, Pal 3. I'm so sorry. Believe in your dreams and passions. It is your calling to follow them. Also write down your dreams more this year. Whatever led you to this point in your life, it was to direct you to your higher purpose. I don't, is it gonna? Oh, there we go. New exciting adventures await you. Don't look back. Only look to the future. Destiny. Awesome. Let's see what the shadow card is saying. Awakening. I mean, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Epiphany, enlightenment, higher calling. Answer it. And if you're scared to answer it, Pal 3, this is why the shadow card comes out like this. Is if you are feeling hesitant, I really do need to put that on here on Patreon, is the prompts. But I feel like I don't have all the prompts for real, like that's really needed right now. I need to sit down with Spirit a little bit more. But some journal prompts to figure out, why is there a fear to step into your fully embodied spiritual self? We all go through it. Like, I still have moments where I'm like, oh, do I really want to do this? You know what I'm saying? But it's too late to stop now, especially once you get to a certain initiation point. But step into it, Pal 3, and sit down and figure out why. What's all your fears behind it? And a lot of the fears are not our own. And if they are, it's because something that we put on ourselves that no one else did. Okay, we tricked ourselves. The good old 1, 2 Z's. But Pal 3, keep me updated. I'm really excited because I'm like, ooh, this is okay. Like, what? So this is what's majorly going on for you in 2026, Pal 3. Keep me updated and let me know if this resonated. Hello, Pal 4. You picked the Serpentine D20. So I'm very interested to see how this unfolds for you guys. I have not looked at these cards. I'm also going to be just as surprised with these cards. So let's see. I will have the details about this this crystal, what it symbolizes, and everything in the description. Okay. Also, we're losing light, so I'll make sure we can. Like I said, I'm in the sunroom, so have the light on, so hopefully you guys can still see things clearly. And so yeah. 8 of air, licorice. Ooh, another. See, Pal 1 also get doubles. I think they had double 2s, and you have double 8s. 8 of earth, turmeric. Ooh, okay. Let's see the other tarot cards. Okay, there are 3 of these. So 7. Oh, 7 of cups. The twilight. Ooh. 7, you got doubles again. 7 of Pentacles. Ooh, I wonder, are the angel numbers beating you up? Crazily enough, this is 18, which goes to 9. Never mind. I said, oh, wait a minute. But no. The shadow card. Okay, memory of the mind. Interesting. Okay. Pal 4. It's a lot going on. And I wonder if this goes back to Serpentine. All of the choices, all the different changes that's going to be happening. Should you stay? Should you go? Which way should you do it? I think 2026 for you is going to be a hugely depending on the decision making that you make. I think you're going to be presented with a lot of choice, a lot of change. And it seems as though it's going to require a lot of thought process and being in alignment, some really deep shit. It seems as though. Okay, let's get into this. Like I said, I'm discovering this with you guys. So typically, Eight of Air, or Eight of Swords, talks about being our own enemy. Basically, our own thought process is messing us up. And then Eight of Earth is talks about building upon skill sets, like unlearning, relearning, re-emphasizing, because it's typically the Eight of Pentacles, which is interesting for turmeric. But let's read what the book says for Eight of Air. I think Eight of Air. Okay, licorice. Know your limits and respect them, mugs. Okay, know your limits and respect them things. Okay. Proclaim your truth. Walk out through the gates. What holds us back is not always clear. Are you feeling fenced in by the circumstances of your life? Staying isolated seems safe, like this overgrown garden. So the garden's overgrown. It could become a prison of your own making. Know your limits. There's no shame in saying no. Are you a people pleaser? Okay, say no. Constant internal dialogue may have silenced you, but your body can no longer hold the story inside. This is also no wonder I felt like as the cards flipped over, Pal 4, there is a sense of needing some extra help. So going to a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, psychotherapist, go get extra help. Take responsibility for your thoughts and a clear path to freedom. Licorice heals the vocal cords. Speaking your truth aloud to others, it will give you more power. A power shared is a power multiplied. Licorice medicine is soft and sweet. Be kind to yourself as you meet your boundaries head on. This also may be a call to do some self-love work. Make a self-love altar. Give unto yourself. Okay? Eight of Earth. If you hear the on the background, it's fine. Turmeric. Let your task be embodied prayer. Make your task ritual. Do the work. Teach what you know. Oops, it is not. Okay, there we go. Dedication leads to mastery. Is your commitment strong enough? Put in the time to hone your skills. The longer fabric soaks in a dye bath, the more the fabric soaks in a dye bath, the more vibrant the lasting color. Hard work may sometimes take its toll. It can feel isolating and frustrating. Do it anyways. Turmeric stabilizes the body, increases vitality and strength. Remember to care for yourself at the root. If you are struggling with diminished self-worth, teach your craft to others. Wow. Look for ways to engage the community in your projects. Turmeric medicine survives because it has been passed down through generations. Trust the value of keeping time-honored traditions alive. Pal 4, it's most definitely coming through this need to look at yourself for who you truly are, to not isolate yourself, to show yourself love, to spread around love and awareness for yourself, for others, for the community. Do not agree with the negativity that the brain is telling you. Tell the brain to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be clear. This year is such a year of self-worth. I don't know if this is your second house year in 2026 for perfection years. I don't know if this is your fourth house, maybe your fourth house. I mean, not your fourth house, your personal 4 year, and maybe that's why you're also gravitated towards 4. But there's a lot of things happening and a lot of choices that is happening, which goes to the 7 of Cups. Let's go to the 7 of Cups. Tradition 7 of Cups talks about not having clarity but having choice. Not having clarity but having choice. But let's see what this Mercury. So you may be Mercury dominated. So Virgo, Gemini. 7 of Cups also talks about because due to that lack of clarity, it feels like your life is in a crisis, like it's crumbling. But is it truly crumbling, or are you holding on to an old life that no longer serves you? You know? 7 of Cups. Friendly friendships, especially those of the opposite sex, results in happiness and success. Okay, good. So success and triumph for a woman or brought by a woman. Unwavering determination and victorious conquest in love. So for this deck, 7 of Cups talks about being able to be poured into, right? Victory over lower passions. So victory over the small steps that you are taking. You need small steps to get out of the negative space that maybe the previous year or just how the year is going, period. Happiness and fulfillment through friendship and love. Tap into your communities, Pal 4. Then we have Twilight. The Twilight is basically the moon. It's the moon. And let's see what this one says. We have the 2 dogs and the little scorpion. This also says it represents Venus in Aquarius. So let me know if you have Venus in Aquarius as well. So we have 2 jackals sitting in front of a black pyramid, and the white jackal sits in front of the black pyramid, and the black jackal sitting in front of the white one. Oh, the embodiment of Anubis. Very interesting. Very interesting. The moon represents the practical, perform mysteries of the night. Twilight between day and night is considered a magical time. Okay. The dark lunar forces of illusion and deception are at work, having to find out what is real, what is false. Then I say, tell your brain to shut up. The falsities. To experience the pain of disappointment and the subsequent sobering up. Unknown or unconscious desires and fears arise from the depths. A psychological weakness may actually lead to actual illness. Having to deal with negative foreign influences or strange temptations. Deception, lies, errors, betrayal, and false appearances. I think this goes back to the 8s, right? 8 of air, 8 of earth, right? Because 8 of earth also talks about building the physical body back up. Turmeric is also anti-inflammatory. It stabilizes. Your friends can help you get out of that negative space. Your daily joys, right? Every day you need to write down one joyous thing of the day, even if it is at least the sun was out today, right? Because it seems for 2026 you're going to be, I want to say, I'm not saying tested by the universe, but the people around you are going to test you, or maybe your past mental health, because we're not going to continue with the same mental health because we're trying to step into a new. This year, most definitely just watch out for your mental health and move forward, and ask people to keep you accountable as you come into your better self. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Let's see what Seven of Pentacles says for ya. Oh, Mars and Gemini. I think Mars is going to go retrograde in Leo this year. I think. But let me know if you have a Mars in Gemini for Seven of Pentacles. Very interesting. All the resources needed to bring enterprise or to bring an enterprise to successful conclusion are available. As in, all the resources you need are available. Especially the necessary discernment and intelligence. Obstacles, arguments, and resistance are overcome by decisive action if you make the decision to move forward in confidence, in love, in health. You will have the resources that are needed, but you have to bring back, or you have to decide that. You have to take away the lies you've told yourself and told others, right? Major challenges like business or contract negotiations are concluded successfully. It sounds like, to me, honestly, the first part or a large part of 2026 for you, Pal 4, is going to be about building up your strength, your mental capacity, your mental audacity, courage, elasticity, whatever you want to call it, so that at the end you will become victorious, because you already have the resources, have the discernment to ask for the resources that you need. Let's look at this. Designer. I have never gotten this card. Can you see it? Is it going to? Okay. You're being called to tune into your own individuality and express yourself. Your mental health, your physical health cannot get better until you express yourself. A career in fashion or any artistic endeavor could be for you. And get creative with your finances. Perhaps it's time to discover a new talent. Really, this is what this screams to me. You are the designer of your life. You have to be an active participant in your life along with the universe. Fear. Wow. Overcome your fear of success or failure. Don't sabotage your own success. I don't know if it's gonna. There you go. Don't allow your fear make you forget your greatness. Remain positive and on track. It may require to step out your comfort zone to achieve the abundance you desire. And then we have the shadow card. Memory and mind. Guidance, analysis, application. Goes hand in hand. Guidance, and look, these are the crows. These are evil eye, them on a tree. Tree contains memory as well. Guidance, analysis, so doing the work of twilight, the moon. Application, guidance, right? We've kind of already talked about these things. Look, it has a key in its mouth. We've already talked about some of these things. Seek out guidance, not just spiritual, but actual guidance from professionals that can help you analyze things, help yourself analyze things. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I do really need to roll out the journal prompts revolving around fear, because there seems to, as we continue to move into 2026, right, into this new energy, that spirit is asking us to be brave. Not for anyone else, but for ourselves, so that we may do what we need to do in our lifetimes here. I know this seems like a lot to unpack, Pal 4, but I believe in y'all. Let me know if this resonates. Keep me updated. Let me know if I can help with anything. Most definitely, this is talking about mental hygiene, spiritual hygiene. taking your life into your own hands again. I most definitely believe in you, Pal 4. Most definitely. All right. See you later. Okay, last but not least, Pal 5. You got the beautiful pen. Okay, let's see. I'm telling others I have not seen y'all cards. I'm discovering with y'all. Let's see what y'all have for 2026. The main things, main messages for you all. Okay. Ooh. Oh, 5 of Fire. Black Cohosh. Okay, which is like the 5 of... Yeah, I think. Yeah. 5 of Wands. Yeah. Okay, so here's been a running theme. Multiple other pals also got doubles. I think 1 got double 2s, 4 just got double 8s and double 7s, and you have double 5s. 5 of Water, Golden Seal. And I'm so sorry about the lighting. We have lost lighting. So hopefully you guys can see this. And then you got 7, the Chariot, Cedar. Ooh, okay, moving forward. 5 is actionable, for sure. Then we have 9 of Swords. Okay, there go that 5 again. Okay, we're gonna put that 9 of Swords and that 5 of... You know, it's interesting. Okay, then we have for the shadow card, Underworld, the shadow realm, reincarnation. A lot of change, a lot of rapid movements. Crafter, Windfall, Laborer. Okay. Oh, okay. Y'all making me work. Y'all making me work this evening, and I don't mind. Honestly. Pal 5, and to have the 5s for Pal 5 is crazy. Oh wow. Okay. Clearly I'm excited. Okay, so we're going to start with Herb Crafters. I'm going to read from, then I'm going to go to the 5s. 5 of Fire, 5 of Wands traditionally talks about the having to fight, having to move forward. Is it gonna... Okay, it's a Black Cohosh. Anger is sacred. Burn through the slumber of helplessness and complacency. Resist. Women's rage is a force that would change the world. Okay. This may be a person who wants to possibly be part of the resistance of what's going on, right? A person who wants to learn how to put their rage into actionable actions. This also may be a person who needs to release a lot of anger from the past as well. Honor the fire that rises up within. Neither deny your anger nor let it rule you. Discern whether your rage is righteous or if it's rooted in fear and insecurity. Through the survival of Black Cohosh is threatened by the loss of habitat. It remains an important medicinal. The tincture supports the female reproductive system. So I wonder also, is the person who picked Pal 5, are they in maternal child health at all as far as jobs? Alleviating pain or maybe chronic conditions, releasing stuck fluids from the body. It teaches us to harness the power of our own creative source. As the tall flower bends easily in the wind to cultivate a flexible bone. The folk name, snake root. Okay, snake root signifies transformation. So it also may have a Scorpio placement. Possibly rattle like a snake and shed your skin. Okay. And then we have 5 of water, golden seal. Seek out healing waters to ease your pain. A restored heart clears the vision. Golden hope dwells deep underground. So I wonder as well, is this a true year of healing for you? Pal 5. Pi 5 is coming out that you are going to be able to, well, I wouldn't say fully heal, but like pretty much fully heal and move forward. This is a year that requires you to stop tempering down your emotions, to stop letting people tell you what your emotions are, for you to release a lot of that. And I keep also seeing like this, right? And so also I want y'all to check and make sure there's no arthritis going on. Make sure you take care of your hands and your nervous system as well. So yeah, make sure you do that as well, Pal 5. Grief is a necessary part of healing. Please be sure to go check out Astro and Negro, Astro and Black Hour episode about transmuting grief through the moon signs. You may be lost in sorrow or depression, unable to move forward from great loss. Allow your feelings to unfold. While golden seal is a prized remedy, its survival is threatened by over harvesting, oversharing, not pouring into yourself, right? Tea made from yellow root heals irritated mucous membranes, conjunctivitis, wet colds, sore gums, and eczema. Golden seal root medicine teaches us that healing can be buried deep within. Sadness can open the portal to intuition. Though you are in the depths of your despair, hope is hidden in the darkness. A small amount of it is all that we need to get by, which makes sense why we also got the Chariot, which talks about moving on, right? The Chariot, cedar. Move forward with confidence. Be disciplined but yet flexible in your pursuits. Embody the journey. It's the journey, okay? Life is forward-moving. It's a forward-moving gift. Embark on a deeper quest. Learn from ancient wisdom and forge a new path. Cedar is both a spiritual vessel used in sacred ceremony and a literal vessel when it is used for canoes. Interesting. Like strong, flexible cedar roots finding their way through the forest, be determined and opportunistic. Travel between the worlds of heaven and earth. Bring the knowledge of spirit and soul into the body, just as the cedar trunk contains the stories of the earth. Have faith in the experience. It is not the triumph, but the journey that leads to mastery. Now, that's a word. That's a word. That's the word, Pal 5. Now, what's interesting, but now also makes sense, is why the 5 of Swords and the 9 of Swords came out in the Ibis Tarot. And so let's read what the good book says about that. So the guide book for that. 5 of Swords typically talks about like this mental anguish. Venus in Aries. So let me know if you have a Venus in Aries. The force are divided and scattered. There's a tendency to act impulsively. We cannot. Most definitely fire signs are all up through this. The danger of being victimized by uncontrolled emotions like sudden wrath. Okay? To suffer a grave setback in a conflict, the opposing force is victorious if you act without prior assessments. Okay? Failure, suffering a painful loss, humiliation, dishonor, shame. Release that shame. Heavy stress due to inner and outer conflicts, resulting in confusion or mental breakdown, even thoughts of revenge, murder, or suicide. Let that go so we can get to let that go, y'all. Let that go. Really dig deep and figure out what the heck is going on. Oh, Nine of Swords. It's Mars and Leo. We are, if I'm not mistaken, we do have a Mars going into retrograde at the end of 2026, and it's going to be in Leo, if I'm not mistaken. So Nine of Swords, mysterious, conflicting forces are at work, spelling great danger, having to face numerous or dangerous enemies without protection, an encounter with illegal activities, murder, or madness. Life and limb are at stake, perhaps mortal danger, heavy injuries or illness, pain and despair, leading to isolation may be the result. Having to be extremely cautious and alert. Most of this is going to be your own undoing unless you get it together, Pal 5. You must release your anger in a productive manner. You have to go sit on that man or lady or they couch, maybe to continue to process and move forward. Or you're going to attract certain enemies and energies that's going to have you in a fight in 2026 versus you in a healing. And if you cannot heal your body, it's going to start showing signs of illness. Are y'all understanding what I'm saying, right? Before we get to these, let's get to the shadow work, underworld, the shadow realm, reincarnation. This talks about getting what we've been pretty much talking about, doing the true shadow work that is needed for yourself. A lot of fire signs in this, for sure. The need to sit with yourself and not be impulsive because of what's going on, because you're feeling towards it. If you're going to be active, especially in a current resistance movement, you need to be discerning. You need to not only think about your anger. Do not go crazy. Anger will, instead of you being over your life, anger will take over it and destroy it very, very quickly. Fire is swift. Do not burn yourself. Instead, you need to embody the cedar. You need to release. Check on is that anger actually yours or is it somebody else? Is that anger coming from a healed place or a place that's not healed? Figure it out. Okay, let's do crafter. Maybe this is a way for you to channel some of that energy. Crafter. There's something wonderful just waiting to be... Is it going to... I don't know if y'all can see that. Just waiting to be expressed with your hands. Consider careers around homemade items or some kind of craft project. Maybe you need to do something with your hands to take your mind off things. Think of ways to generate money that no other has done before, or try something new. Another way to channel some of that anger, your hands must do. Maybe that's another reason why I saw hands like this, because maybe the way you've been using your hands is not in the correct way that you need to. Make sure, maybe do some hand massages, all of that. But something about the hands is really, really significant. Also, we have windfall. You're about to receive a windfall of money or pay raise. Money currently in a positive cycle. Only if you move forward, though. Only if you do that shadow work, though. This is a great time to treat yourself or make a big purchase. And then we have laborer. A new job of some kind. Okay, so this is connected. So these are career and financial cards. So that makes sense. A new job or some kind of career is coming your way. A career in construction, maintenance, or any kind of labor work could be. And that's why I keep feeling hands. Your dependable and loyal nature would be a reward soon. Keep at it. a lot of inner work is going on. A lot of positive stuff wants to come to you, Power 5. A lot, but it needs to be channeled. The anger, the creativity, the extra energy needs to be channeled. It needs to be put into something productive for yourself or others. And because without that, you're gonna be in jail. You're gonna be in trouble. And the universe is trying to give you what you've been asking for. You're probably angry. You may be one of those people who have been unemployed for a long time. But universe said, I'm trying to give you something more indifferent, but you have to pivot. You have to work on your anger. You have to go into the shadow realms. You have to get out of the negative thinking. You have to move forward with life. You must. You must, you must, you must. Power 5, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if this resonates. Keep me updated throughout the year. I'm very eager to see what happens. Okay, y'all. So that was the pick a card for 2026. I did not know what to expect. I think you guys didn't know what to expect. I hope it resonates with you all. Let me know if you have any comments or questions, and let me know what other pick a cards would you like to see? What other things you would like to see? Because I think this one was crazy. Okay, I know I will be doing one with the change of the nodes in July for sure for the collective. I don't know. I know that's a one because we did it last year. I think it's really helpful as well. It's just certain ones, like certain astrological transits. I'm just like, they're too long to actually do a good pick a card in my opinion. But let me know if you like this, if it resonated. And we'll talk soon. Great pick a card. I think it's gonna be one that people will be coming back to all year. All right, y'all. Bye.